Hi, I'm Tim Fitzgerald of Handcrafted Cutting Boards. I got started working for a hardwood floor company. I worked several different roles within the company, but I worked with the sample department making panels for architects, and during that process I saw a lot of flooring that was glued up, and I realized the manufacturing was scrapping a lot of its good antique flooring. As I accumulated some of those antique pieces, I glued them up into the cutting boards, and that's how I got my first cutting board. From that led me to making different patterns from those scraps. I have since expanded my inventory beyond scrap flooring, now to include different woods, different colors, different patterns, to create unique works of art. Making cutting boards, inventory is a really difficult part of what I do. It's taken time and it's taken practice. As I've done festivals, I've realized that there are certain things that catch the attention of people, and that's what I try to make in inventory. Custom-made wood cutting boards are my favorite. When someone tells me that they like the color of dark wood, I can make that cutting board specifically for them with that. Or if they say they like a reddish color, or they tell me that their kitchens are white, that tells me a lot about how to lay out the patterns. Those are the things I look for in the wood, is what are the natural elements of that wood that'll make it a good cutting board. The color, the structure, the grain, does it have an open cell or closed cell grain? If it gets a lot of swirls, it tends to have a lot more character in it. Sometimes you can almost make something that looks tie-dyed just because the swirls all go in a pattern. And those are the different things that you can control when you're laying out the pieces. What becomes my most popular board is when I take all of those pieces, individual strips from different glued up blanks, and I combine them into a board. You'll get something that I usually just call hardwood. It'll be multiple pieces from different sources. It'll come from small pieces, large pieces. They'll range from light to dark, and you get something that just is almost mosaic or stained glass. And that is really what I've learned people are drawn to. Not always what they buy, but it does make you think, how did he get the wood to be that color or that size, and did he really glue up all those pieces? And those answers are yes. You choose those colors and you glue up all those pieces. Everything I do is handmade, which makes it custom. Everything is going to be unique. It's all one of a kind. No two boards are going to be the same. And then custom boards can be extended to be very personal. You can add inlays, and you create things that are basically silhouettes in boards. I started off by doing letters. Cutting board with just a simple last initial in the board. But that to me is an example of a good custom cutting board. Maybe you need something more personal and it needs to have a sailboat on it, or maybe it needs to have something, and that's the type of custom work that I can put into a cutting board. When looking for custom cutting boards, think about business logos. I can put a business logo on your cutting board, something that represents the industry that you're in, and as you give it away to someone, they'll remember who it came from. And so as far as what I need from fellow BNI and from networking is, I just really need relationships with people. I want people that think, hey, I got to get something for a baby shower, not I need a cutting board. One thing that really helps me in BNI is contacts. Contacts are something that even spending my whole life in Augusta, I can't make. There are a lot of people that I'm just not in the same social circles with. I don't go to church with them, or I don't maybe go to the same golf course they go to, and that's what BNI helps me with. So contacts of people. If you know someone who owns a business that needs a unique product, if you know somebody who really pays a lot of attention to items that they purchase, things that mean something to them, they hand select those items. Somebody that appreciates artwork. They don't just hang anything that they find on their wall. They look for that one piece, and that one piece speaks to them. I take for granted what the cutting boards look like, And I had an opportunity last week twice with a customer came down to pick up an order. He was looking for something large. I made him something large. He walked out of here with that board I made from him, and he also bought a table. Not expecting him to buy the table, but I realized that sometimes things speak to people. I was fortunate to have another BNI member come down to the shop and do a one-to-one. During the visit, I showed him a board. Once he picked it up, he never put it down. He carried the board, he talked with the board, he held the board. He chose a board for a client, and he said, and of course I'm getting this other board for myself. And that's the thing I need from BNI is I need people to see what I do. We're grateful for all of the support that we receive from handcrafted cutting boards customers, and those customers come from you. People that have seen what I do, not from what I've showed them, but from what other people show them. Those are the things that I'm very blessed with, is I've been surrounded by people who have supported what I do. That is my future, is to continue to grow that. So feel free to introduce me to people, and as time goes on, those groups will grow, and as those groups grow, I will continue to grow.